again on Red Chair. And I've got these two chocolate girls that are with me. They're going to express themselves and how they feel their beauty, how they've decided to embrace their beauty without trying so hard to be something that I believe they are not. They've just choose to be who they are in their own way, and they've just choose to stick to their beauty. And I've got Lorraine Guyo and I've got Emily kachote, and these ladies have got something that I know is going to change someone's thoughts. Yeah. So Emily and Lorraine, we're going to talk about the natural beauty that you guys have just embraced. When I'm meaning the natural beauty, I'm not talking about I'm not exactly talking about being natural, like totally natural, but like there's some of the things that you can't change about you. Yeah, so how have you guys get to a point of this is who I am and I'm not going to try so hard to remove it away from me because this is who I am. And I believe by so trying to change, I think it can actually get to places whereby people do a lot of things that are not good for them at the end of the day. So what could that be?
I personally think you need to be yourself and accept yourself first. Because kana nini ndikaona kuti Emily akanaka ari makeup, but then I'm not comfortable in getting makeup. Ndakusvika pama extended I have to go to the extremes kuti ndingo luka enjani luka. I think you need to be comfortable with who you are, how you look.
So
because sometimes our concept changes zvangu.
Okay. So what you're saying is it like, Emily, is it like someone doesn't have to define your beauty, or someone has to define the way that you have to look like, or what?
Well, I'm of the notion that if you live for people's acceptance, you will die from their rejection. Okay. So if you do things for people to accept you, you're going to die if they reject you. You're going to be destroyed from the inside out most of the time. And today we find that a lot of people live for people's acceptance, and hence we let other people define beauty or what is nice, what is acceptable, what is what at the end of the day. Then we try to scale down to that. That's not who I am. I'd rather be rejected for who I am than to be accepted for what I'm not. If I'm dark, that's who I am. I embrace it. I then probably give an example. Don't take it for granted that I may be beautiful to everybody, because they all say beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. What I see as beautiful may not be the same to the next person. But at the same time, I'm not supposed to feel, inferior or belittled because somebody does not see the same way as I see or the next person see at the end of the day. That's not supposed to really affect me. If you don't see it that way, that's you. That's you, generally.
So I think from what you guys have said, like both of you, what you've said, there's one thing that I've picked, which is confidence.
Definitely.
Which is, so I think one person has to be confident about who you are and accept yourself the way you are. There are other people maybe who have already defined themselves in a certain way, but we actually have got like these other little girls who are still coming up, who are still growing. How can they get to that point? Because the other thing that can happen is, as much as she wants to look beautiful and she wants to feel beautiful, maybe at home or in the society, when they look at that person, they don't see them like as their definition of beauty. But this person maybe is still young and they don't know how to like really define it. How can it?
Well, I think that it's the duty, especially of the parents first, to always make sure that you encourage your child. You need to also tell your child that they're beautiful, they're enough. You need to really impact them with that confidence that the way you are enough. So that when they step out there, they step out with confidence, knowing that I am enough. So it's something that needs to be embedded in these kids at a very tender age.
Maybe, is there a best way of separating yourself from the outside voices and your personal voice?
I think unofanira kuda kusonzera because kana ukatera zvinotaura vanhu clear unogona kuya zvinochindidza kuti Lorraine, I like to see you usina makeup, then you write ndoda kuona ne makeup. Inini to an extent yekuti ndikanyanya kuteerera zvinotaura vanhu I end up confused and I don't know what I want. So inini kana ndichizoti I like makeup, kana ndichizoti andifaniri makeup, even if you give me a compliment and but you look nice in makeup, it's okay, but this is what I want. And I cannot change because that's what you want, because that's what you want to do to yourself.
If you allow the voice, the outside voice to be louder, for sure it will be louder at the end of the day. But like I was saying, you are never affected by what people say majorly, but what you believe, if you accept what people say, it will definitely affect you. Mm-hmm. But if you don't believe it and you don't accept it, it's not going to affect you as much. So at the end of the day, know yourself. Like Lorraine said, know yourself, know what you want, and stand by it.
But at the end of the day, this is what makes someone to be beautiful. I think if you do what you like and you're confident about everything that you do, there's a certain thing that there's a certain level of acceptance that comes from people around when you choose to accept yourself the way you are. So I think now, Lorraine and Emily, I just want you to inspire someone who's out there.
There's people who always talk. That's why they have, mouths and lips and all sorts of things. People who always have something to say at the end of the day. But
wow, that's amazing. I think Emily have also elevated something that so I think the ladies that I'm sitting with here, they've got a vision, they've got something that they see that not everyone else is seeing. So because you're the one who's seeing it, you can as well pursue it. So pursue anything that you feel you want to do it. Don't worry about when are you going to do it, how are you going to do it. But because you want to see it happening, you can pursue it. I thank you so much, ladies, for having you. I believe me personally, I've actually learned one or two things, and I think all those people who are also watching, I think also they've learned one or two things. But let's do our best to be the best version of ourselves. I think there is a beauty that comes from that. We thank you so much, ladies. We really appreciate it. We see you again next time.